announcement on Monday. All right, okay, so now we've got our last comedian, Mario Reyes. You can hear him on Sirius XM and Howie Mandel and Harlan Williams' podcast, When Stranger Calls. Come on up, Mario.
Riverside! Let's get the fucking love going for everybody in the house! Alright. Comedy for Palestine, that's fucking cool, right? Let's hear it one more time for Jessica and all the comedians you guys heard up here tonight. Jessica did introduce me. My name is Mario Reyes. The guy you hear in the news, Luigi Mangione, that's not my brother. Alright? All my life, people said, "Hey Mario, where's Luigi?" And I've never had an answer for that question until now. The answer is he's in federal prison for being a fucking hero. Obviously, Riverside, you know who I'm fucking talking about. They call him the CEO killer. Okay, and if you don't know the video I'm talking about, catch me after the show, I'll show you. It's saved on my phone under favorites. Yeah, I didn't see a CEO in that video. I saw a guy that was DOA. Oh, damn. But a lot of people thought that was conspiracy theory. In my act, I'm going to bring up some conspiracy theories tonight, guys. Do we believe in conspiracy theories? Yeah. All right, so let's bring one up. I am from the city of Corona. That's right up the street here. Groundtown, fuck yeah, show the love. If you're not from Corona, stay the fuck out of my city, all right? Our traffic is the worst. That 91 freeway, that is the real coronavirus. I tell you guys, I go all over the country doing comedy. I was in Oklahoma recently. I was in Las Vegas not that long ago. Last week I was in Victorville, California. I'm not bragging. They paid me in meth and hookers. Riverside's not that much different. But yeah, Corona, guys, it's funny because when I go all over the country, I tell people I'm from Corona. And the last couple of years, people start running from me like it's the coronavirus, like I'm from fucking Wuhan. I'm like, guys, I never got the fucking coronavirus. But I did get the COVID-19. And if you don't know the difference, baby birds, let me teach you. Well, the difference is the COVID-19, well, that's the 19 pounds that my fat ass got in quarantine. You can tell I got it about 4 or 5 fucking times. I was anorexic going into fucking 2020. I actually just lost 200 pounds going into 2020. Really did. It's called getting a divorce. I'll bring her up later. We'll talk about that bitch later. We really will. Now, but I am single, guys. I really am single. Before I get started mentioning some of that, I love the bigger girls. I know we got some big girls in the audience because I can hear you breathing. Alright? But yeah, hey, I'm allowed to talk about fat people. I'm fat looking, alright? It's like how the black guys can say the N-word. I'm not going to say the fucking word. I never refer to the black man as the N-word. That's like, no, I'll never call him a neighbor. Oh, shit. But yeah, one thing I've learned being single, because I'm on all those dating apps, one thing, and ladies, I've learned from the ladies, you're a lady right here in the audience, I will never send a woman a dick pic. Okay, because women, every woman in here has received an unwanted dick pic, right? And every woman will tell you it's rude, it's gross, it's disrespectful. So I've learned I will never send a woman a dick pic, okay? But I will be sending you a full-length video of my dick. Full-length in 4K. It's going to be a short documentary, but you'll like it. Yeah, like I said, I've given up on all the dating apps, guys. I've tried them all. I tried Tinder, I tried Bumble, I tried don't try Grindr. Grindr turned out to be a big pain in the ass. I never found a real girl on Grindr, just a bunch of fat dudes with dicks and tits and that guy right there. But yeah, I had to give up on them. And I'll tell you one of the things I'm going to start doing. Right up the street here, we have Robert Presley Prison, the jail right up the street here. So I'm going to start looking at all the female prisons for my next girlfriend. And I'll tell you what. Have you guys heard of the girl Gypsy Rose? Yeah. She was that retard bitch that went to jail a couple years ago for killing her mom. Well, she's out of jail. She's not retarded anymore. The titties ain't fucking retarded, I'll tell you that. All right, it's 2025. Don't fucking kink shame me, all right? I'll do a retarded bitch. But yeah, So she's out of jail, and it was really cool because while she was in prison, she got hooked up with the real life Peter Griffin lookalike. Alright? When she got out of jail, you guys see that? She goes, oh, I got the fire D. He looked like fucking Peter Griffin. Well, she got knocked up, okay, and she just had her baby, so congratulations on her having the baby. I really do hope that that baby continues the tradition, the family tradition of killing the mom. Right? Yeah, fuck that bitch. But yeah, I'm gonna start looking at all the female prisons because there was a lady I heard about. She's getting out in March, and her name is Yolanda. She is responsible for killing. Oh yeah, she killed Selena. I know, right? Riverside. Okay, look. So I started writing to Yolanda. Right, dear Yolanda, I didn't like Selena's music either. Let's talk. She hasn't written me back yet, and I figured it because I don't speak Spanish. My last name's Reyes. You would think I speak Spanish. No, I quito el español. I don't fucking do it. All right. I do good at Taco Bell. And Tio's Tacos here in Riverside. But that's about it, right? I'm the whitest Puerto Rican. I have no fucking culture. I was raised here in the IE. Woo! You would think I have a big race truck. I don't. I'm vertically challenged. Horizontally gifted, ladies. And, I can actually touch the ceiling in this place. So it's an optical illusion if you're watching me on camera. I'm not that fucking tall. But yeah, so that's where I'm gonna start looking at all female prisons because basically, if Gypsy Rose can get lucky, I can get lucky, right? I have cotton mouth like a motherfucker. Hold on. I am on performance enhancing drugs tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and that means I smoked a joint in the parking lot. My next joke, I'm gonna have to drop this next joke, so I'm gonna do it one more time for Riverside. And the reason I gotta drop this out of my act is because this fucking fat bitch is losing weight now. And I'm talking about Lizzo. Do you have any Lizzo fans? Good. No, fuck that bitch. I'm gonna roast her. She's losing all this weight. I can't do these jokes about her anymore. So let me tell you guys, I'm a fan of Lizzo. I like the music. I'm not hating on her music. It's her acting I don't like. Okay, did you guys see that movie she did a few years ago? It's called Precious. Yeah, my friends told me, hey, Mario, Lizzo's not precious. I was like, what do you mean? Fucking Lizzo is precious. We go back and forth, and I found out, no, she was a linebacker in Blindside. She was also in Free Willy. No, but fuck Lizzo, seriously. But recently, we have all those fires in LA County, right? And I got to give it to the LA County Fire Department. They really added a lot of diversity in LA County because I've not seen the Palisades blacker. But LA County, they did one of the stupidest fucking things I've seen. They did a fire benefit show, which I'm not knocking the fire benefit. I think that's great. You guys want to raise money for that? That's fucking awesome. They had some great groups out there. They had Lizzo, obviously. They had Pink. They had Jelly Roll. But one band I don't think they should have had. They had a group out there called Earth, Wind, and Fire. Okay, who the fuck thought of that? Because Earth, Wind, hello, started the fucking fire. Who thought of that? Like, who was in that meeting and was stoned and was like, oh, let's get Pink, let's get Jelly Roll, let's get Earth, Wind, and Fire. You guys are fucking stupid on that one. I don't think it's a good idea, that's all. Speaking of music, speaking of bands, one conspiracy I want to bring up, I do conspiracy theories. There's one going around on the internet, it's called hashtag Farrah killed Michael. Does anybody remember Farrah Fawcett? Right? Does anybody know that she actually died on the morning of Michael Jackson's death? And a lot of people don't realize this because Jackson's death overshadowed hers in the news. Well, there's a conspiracy theory going around, it's hashtag Farrah killed Michael, and it's a conspiracy theory that I made up. So we're gonna push this tonight. So when you guys go home tonight, Google hashtag Farrah killed Michael. And this is the belief I think. I think that Farrah got to heaven first. And Jesus told Farrah, Farrah, you were such a good earthly soul. I'm going to grant you one earthly wish. And Farrah thought about it. Farrah thought, and she said, Jesus, I just want all the children of the earth to be safe. No more child predators. And 2 hours later, Michael Jackson was dead, ladies and gentlemen. That's the theory I'm pushing. It's a little more believable than fucking aliens, I think. But another thing with music and a lot of old people dying, and I'm not making fun of musicians and people dying. Obviously, death is a very tragic topic. We're all going to suffer death eventually, right? And I'm not trying to make fun of that. But recently, we had to pretend that we were saddened by a man's death recently. And I'm talking about Jimmy Carter, the President Jimmy Carter. The man died at 100 years old. Was that really a fucking tragic death? Really? The media was like, oh, Jimmy Carter suddenly died. But the dude's 100 fucking years old. Like, if he fell off one of those Habitat for Humanities, I'd understand. That's a tragic death. He should have made a Habitat for Caskets. That's what he fucking should have done. But then, like, before him was Betty White. We all love Betty White, right? Listen, I'm a whore. I would have fucked Betty White for the money. Don't judge me. Right? But yeah, totally. Before Betty White was also a man named Bob Barker. We all watch Bob Barker, right? The fucking Price is Right. What was your favorite game?
Plinko.
Plinko? Yeah. Mine was that Hangman game going, because like you would hear the Hangman music. Yeah, I think when Bob got to heaven, you would hear the Hangman music, but it suddenly changed to Highway to Hell from AC/DC. Because I think Bob got the price wrong. But yeah, it's like, come on, Bob Barker was 100 years old. How is that a surprising death? It wasn't like he was on the field with Happy Gilmore, right? Like, I just don't get that one. It's not really a tragic death. One more thing. We all have Netflix, right? Who watches Netflix?
No, we boycott Netflix.
Oh, you boycott?
Yeah, because they try to take down all the Palestinian.
Oh, well then fuck Netflix. All right. But I'm going to say this. I just did recently watch a show on Netflix called American Manhunt. It's about murders, murder mysteries. Have you guys anybody heard of American Manhunt? Yeah. Okay. There was this one I watched recently. I want to push this story because I just don't buy it. I really don't buy it. You guys, let me see if Riverside buys this story. So this story on American Manhunt, they're trying to push. It was a homicide in the 90s. It involved two white individuals in a very high white prominent neighborhood. And they're really trying to push it on a black man. I just don't fucking see it. I think it's a racial crime. I really do think the LAPD is pushing race on this one because there's a black man and two white people in the neighborhood. Yeah, they're trying to really pin it on because he was a football player. He went on a run in a Bronco. I just don't fucking see it, you guys. Do you guys know the story I'm talking about? I just don't fucking see it. Yeah, I think it's a race thing. Yeah. But I will say that the one lady, the white lady, Anna Smith, or Nicole Smith, whatever her name was, her killer did die last year, so fuck OJ. All right, how much time do I have? Like 10 more minutes? Shit! All right, well, I'm going to do probably one or two more jokes. Okay, one more. I did say I was going to talk shit to my ex-wife, so let's do that real quick. Does anybody know Howie Mandel and a comedian named Harlan Williams?
Yes!
All right, so I recently did a podcast with these two monsters of comedy. They have a podcast called When a Stranger Calls. And the idea of this is Howie Mandel and Harlan Williams, two comedians, they take calls from other comedians and actors and stuff. So I'm on the show, and we're doing the Valentine's special. Now, I'm divorced. I haven't really talked to my ex. I probably 3 times in the last 5 years. It was a horrible breakup. So we're on this podcast, and I see gold. I know a gold mine, so I'm going to dig for gold. And Howie says, let's call your ex-wife. Because I tell a story about the last present I ever gave my ex-wife was a pair of hiking sticks. And the reason I gave her a pair of hiking sticks was she was into hiking. And when I handed them to her, she said, why are you giving me hiking sticks? I said, because I want you to take a hike, bitch. Right? Well, so we call her on the podcast, and I didn't know where this was going to go. Well, she tries to get embarrassing, right? Now, we've all been married, men and women, and we probably have bedroom secrets, right? She thought she would embarrass me on a live podcast with 2 of the biggest comedians in the world. Well, fuck that. I'm going to turn that shit around. She thought it would be funny to admit to the world that I wanted to be pegged one time. Okay? We all know what pegging is, right? If you don't know. One time, maybe more than once. If you see my OnlyFans, join. It's a great subscription. But yeah, so she tried to embarrass me by saying I want to be pegged. Well, it didn't embarrass me. I'm turning it around. I think it's one of the funniest fucking things in the world. So I don't have it tonight, but I'm gonna get hats made that say "Make pegging great again." And eventually, I want to sell a line of strap-ons too. So Riverside, next time you see me, I might have strap-ons for sale. But yeah, she really did try to embarrass me. I'm like, dude, you can't embarrass me. I'm a fucking comedian. Like seriously, like I have the thickest skin in the world. You can't tell. Like it doesn't bother me. So you would think I'd be embarrassed by that? No, obviously I'm standing in Riverside talking about wanting to get pegged. Jessica, what are you doing later? All right, guys. I'm gonna do one more joke. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I do gotta say I videography. I've been doing videography almost 30 years now. I do a lot of online content, mostly adult online content, no, not pornography. Okay, I have to throw that out. But I work with a lot of athletes, musicians, other comedians, and I make online content for their social media. But one thing I do, I work with a lot of bands. Recently I was working with Sublime, helping me doing a music video with Sublime. I work with the Cottonmouth Kings. Speaking of Cottonmouth, it's evident. It's evident. But one group I work with, we have a group called DGAF, DGAF. Does anybody know what DGAF stands for? God damn, Riverside. No, it's not. Don't give a fuck. Actually, we are a Christian soccer organization. It's called Doing God a Favor. It really is. How do you guys feel now, motherfuckers? No, it's actually, it is Don't Give a Fuck. And it actually means a lot of things. You know, if you want it to be doing God a favor, that's good. I'll give you guys that one. I have it tattooed right here on my arm. There's an anarchy sign, so it also means ditch government, anarchy forever. But there's a lot of meanings. For you ladies in the audience, it means ditch guys after fucking. Okay. But we are equal opportunity, so are you, all the guys, ditch girls after fucking. But the most important, what it really means tonight, guys, what it really means, DGAF. If you're drinking and driving, if you have any alcohol in your system tonight, it's really important to do not get another felony, DGAF, and more importantly, do not go away forever. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mario Reyes. You can find me on Instagram, Instagram.com, Mario Reyes 82. Riverside, it's been a fucking blast. Jessica, coming from Palestine. Fucking thank you guys.
Wow, what a show! Did you guys enjoy? Amazing. We really had a great show tonight. Thanks to all the comedians. Thank you to you guys. Just gonna throw it at